Welcome into the first Friday Night Blitz of 2025. We're happy to have you here. I'm Luke Doughton. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to our game of the week. Marshfield Pirates visiting the Crater Comets, a week one matchup that also took place last year, and Crater actually got that win. Stands were full today. The SOU Raiders football team even showing up. They have alumni on both of these high schools, so a fun thing for them. Terrius Allen takes back the opening kickoff for the Comets, but the Pirates, they strike back with a little trickery. All sorts of offensive schemes coming from Marshfield tonight. Fourth down, and the Pirates punting. Jansen Godley gets his hands on it, allowing the Comets to pick up the ball. They're going to start with it right in front of their own end zone, and Jose Rodriguez punch it in. The Comets, they take the lead 14-12, but however, Marshfield goes on to score 21 points unanswered before Trey Smith. He comes in at QB. No one's open. He calls his own number, finds his way to the end zone. Rodriguez a little bit later gets his second touchdown of the game, but it's just a little too late. Marshfield has a big lead, and Crater, they fall 41-30. Here's Coach Seth Womack on that effort in the second half.
Offensively, we started clicking. It started making, it started hitting right. And I was proud of our guys and their effort. We made a change and a couple changes, and that really paid a lot of dividends for us there in the second half.
Now we're going to go over and head to Phoenix, where the young Pirates, who only hold 10 seniors, welcome Madras, the White Buffalo from Central Oregon. After jumping to a quick 7-0 start, the Pirates, they are going to take over, and it's just great to see these guys back out here again after the Pacific Rim Bowl. Junior wide receiver and safety Landon Hudson, he can track a ball. He's a ball hawk. He gets his first pick of the night. Pirates, they're in good field position. Now it's junior quarterback Trey Castile. He's going to take it home himself and sound off those cannons. It's a quick 14-0 lead in the first quarter. The White Buffalo, they're going to try and respond. But here's Hudson again. Don't throw deep balls near him because your team is not going to come down with that ball. Second sign of the night. Go ahead, throw up that peace sign. Castile, he had an impressive game. 5 total touchdowns. Here's his 4th passing touchdown to junior Eric Calhoun, and you're not going to catch him. That is some acceleration right there. Get this guy on a NASA rocket because he is taking off. The Pirates, they keep that momentum rolling behind Hudson's 3 interceptions and 1 touchdown game. The final in this one, 35-9. Here's Hudson on that effort.
Came in here, lost a lot of seniors. I mean, we thought honestly we were going to lose, if I'm going to be honest. And we didn't, and we didn't stay complacent, and yeah.
Moving on to our next game, a powerhouse coming down to play South Medford, Lake Oswego, they're in town. Let's go ahead and head over to Spielberg, where the Panthers and the Lakers, they're going up. South Medford, they want the upset, and in the first game of the season, Lake Oswego jumps out to a quick start with a short pass touchdown from Hudson Curlin to Sammy Vidal. Oswego up 7-0. Let's skip to the second quarter. Lake Oswego leads 21-0, but the Panthers, they're trying to get some momentum here. Look at that nice throw and catch from McConnell Brown to Sammy Huxtable for a nice gain. And then that is a fumble right there on a punt, setting up this field goal for the Panthers. They weren't able to get the touchdown, but still get those points. And now it's 21-3. Lake Oswego with less than 3 minutes in the second quarter. Hudson Curlin throws a dime to Jalen Bauman for the touchdown. And the Lakers, they're up 28-3. Oswego is in the lead 33-3 after this touchdown. Curlin hitting Josiah Agnamol, and the game ends in a 40-3 Lake Oswego win. Next game, Eagle Point at home against the Central Panthers, one of the top teams in those 5A preseason polls. It was a beautiful night in Eagle Point for some football action, and the Eagles, they're going to get us on the board first. That touchdown goes to Eli Hammond, and this isn't a flashy touchdown, but check out that patience. He cuts back, sees that hole. Waiting behind those blockers is what you want to do as a running back. He gets in for 6. Eagles can't convert the point after. Central evens it up with a short rushing touchdown a little bit later. They do convert that extra point, so it's 7-6. Second quarter, and Central on the bottom of your screen. Even the camera can't see him. The Panthers, they're going to get 2 more touchdowns after this one before the Eagles respond in the fourth. Skylar Tribert, the junior, hauls it in. He gets 6, but that's where the Eagles' comeback stops. They fall to Central 28-12. In Illinois Valley on the road in Vernonia, that's almost a 5-hour drive for the Cougars. However, that did not seem to affect them one bit because what a start for this football team. On the road, they absolutely dominate Vernonia. The final in this one, 42-8. Next week, Grants Pass and North Medford are going to be battling out into the game against the defending state champs, this Grants Pass team, they have a new look. Entering this 2025 season, first-year head coach Matt Kennedy. Kennedy isn't new to the Grants Pass program, joining the staff in 2013 and serving as the offensive coordinator and freshman head coach before taking over this season. It's a tough task in a conference with the 6A finalists, North Medford and South Medford from 2024, plus teams like Sheldon and Sprague. In his first year, Kennedy finding inspiration from his wife's sister, who passed away from cancer. The eulogy he gave at her funeral has turned into a motto for this team: better than before.
A woman who was constantly seeking to make her life better, to improve, and a person who was always trying to make the people around her better. And we're going to do both, on and off the field. So that's kind of the main theme of what we're trying to do.
This year, Kennedy is going to have a lot of offensive weapons at his disposal, including our amateur athlete of the week from this week, Jordan Rosetta. Originally from Hidden Valley, Kennedy played quarterback there and returned to coach after walking on at Oregon, so he's going to be a great resource for the 6'5" Rosetta going forward in this year. And now it's time to go ahead and get into our janky Play of the Week nominees for Week 1. We have a whole bunch of good plays, so without further ado, let's get into it. Jansen Godley with the punt block. This was such a huge play for Crater at a critical moment, and it allowed him to take the lead in this one. So he is our first nominee of the week. Next up, we're going to move to Phoenix, where Trey Castell had himself a night with those 5 touchdowns. He finds Terrell McSwain in stride. What a beautiful pass. What a beautiful catch. And that is our Week 2 nominee. And next up, going back to Crater and Marshfield, this might be my favorite catch of the night. Will Maddox. It's a little bit underthrown, but he cuts back to it, and he fights through all that contact. Let's go ahead and take another look just at that catch. Because again, that is a tough catch, having to fight through that. Now, next week, tune into our game of the week, the Willamette Wolverines, heading to Spiegelberg Stadium to take on the South Medford Panthers. We're going to be looking for their get back after that Week 1 against Lake Oswego. A fun one for these, no matter what sport they play for both of these schools.